Alright, so have you ever felt anything towards anybody at all, ever? Or thought you were good at people skills, talking to people and stuff like that? Well, I think I have sometimes, a little bit. And today I'm going to be telling you about a lesson I've learned in this work. Well, I'm speaking about I possess skills, of course. One in particular, interpersonal skills. And I think that's what I'm good at. This topic, it really opened my mind to my other personality, my other half. Because I'm usually really quiet and stuff like that. I don't really talk to anybody. People get intimidated by me, and I don't really think so. I don't know why. And I know I'm a good person, kind of. At least I think so. And it's gonna help me through life by giving me opportunities to open up and have people open up to me. And see how they feel. Take all this stress off me and share it with others to kind of help me, right? There was only pretty much one person I've ever tried to teach this topic to, and it's my little brother. More on the empathy side, because he doesn't really know what emotions are, even though he's about to be 10 this summer. But he's pretty good at social skills. He's really social. He likes to jump around. He's kind of like a vessel. But yeah, he means a lot to me. I don't know. So I teach him everything I can. Now I've told you about a lesson I've learned in LeadWorthy, and something I want to leave you off with is no matter how far down you are, a person is always there with you, and you just gotta find it.
I think we've all learned a lot in this class, but there's always one thing that we always dread. The first time we dreaded it so much that some of us thought of switching out of this class. And some of us just passed through it. Well, most of us passed through it. And it's getting easier and easier every single time we've done it. And that is speeches. At the beginning of the year, I'm not even going to lie, whenever I heard Mr. Herrick say we have to present speeches about twice every 6 weeks, I thought of switching out of this class. But then again, I was like, I am scared of public speaking, so this is going to be good for me. It was time for the first speech. I practiced the night before, and then it was about one goal you have for until the end of the year, and mine was getting below a 5-minute mile pace. I'm not there yet, but that's besides the point. Anyways, I practiced, and then it was my time to get up. I was shaking so much that during the speech, I totally blanked out, forgot what I was going to say, so I had to make up stuff off the top of my head. That didn't go really well. I still got an 85 on it, but I guess speeches were easier back then, and now they're grading harder. By the second speech, I did the exact same thing and got an 80. And by the third speech, I was getting better. That's whenever I started thinking, okay, I can do this. It's not as hard as I thought it would be. And after that, I just thought, okay, this is so easy. I can do this stuff. And after every single speech I do, I've noticed that I feel this sigh of relief. And that's why it's all worth it to me. It's not really worth getting up there and actually completing it, but the sigh of relief, it feels so good. And today I've told y'all something about LeadWorthy that I've learned. And what I want y'all to get out of this is that if you have something hard to do in front of a lot of people like this, like a speech or a presentation, I recommend practice before it, and it'll be easier and easier if you do it more than once. Thank you.
No matter how big or how small you are, you can make an impact on the ones around you. I think this has a big part to leading, and y'all have been raising my self-esteem every single time I walk into class, so I'm always feeling a little bit better. Almost everyone in this class, as y'all can probably tell, is older than me, so I kind of had to compete with everybody to get along. But what I realized is if I'm able to do that pretty easily, then I can do a lot more than I can think. So I stopped for a while, and I thought about my values and what I can actually do. And I love baseball. So ever since, I have been my team leader, and I have been striving to get that W. So I'm not going to leave you off with anything like we normally do. Instead, I'm just going to give a big thanks to all of y'all in raising my self-esteem, and y'all have really impacted my life. And I hope all of you, as I have, can apply the lessons that we learned in LeadWorthy elsewhere in your life.
That you weren't supposed to change and you ended up changing it. Well, today I'm going to be telling you about a lesson I've learned in LeadWorthy. So, everyone knows that leading is a choice and it's not a decision. You don't wake up one day and decide, I'm going to lead today, and then wake up the next morning and be like, I'm not going to lead today, I don't feel like it. You got to wake up every day and be like, I don't feel like leading today, but I'm going to push through and do it anyway. And I've used this lesson to change my perspective on leading, because before I was in this class I used to think, I don't feel like doing something today, so I'm not going to do it, or I feel like doing it today, so I'm going to do it. And I've used this lesson to make my choices and keep them. And today I've told you about a lesson I've learned in LeadWorthy, and what I want to leave you with is make your choices and don't change them, and stick with them.
About something, a lesson I've learned in LeadWorthy, and my lesson is first impression cues. We all know whenever you greet someone, keep eye contact, shake hands, the usual things. Well, I've had a very bad experience with first impressions, and it was the summer before 6th grade. I was going to meet my coach for football season, but we had forgotten. We went to Splashway. So whenever we had left Splashway, my mom had just remembered that it was the meet and greet, and it ended at like 6, and it was already 5. So my mom rushed to the meet and greet, and by the time we got there, everyone was leaving, and all of my family was in swimsuits. So whenever we walked out, my little brother, every time we go to like swim or something, he always has these goggles on, and he will never take them off until we get home. So whenever we got there, all my family just showed up and met all the coaches, and everybody just looked at us like this. I could tell they were thinking that we were pretty strange. So that's my story with having first impression. So I'm gonna leave you up with this. Even if you have a bad first impression, you can still undo it, like I did. I've seen my coach multiple times after that, and I could tell that he got over that strange experience.
Then, okay. So in life, I've learned that sticking with something that's important to you is, it's important and it's kind of crucial. So today I'll be sharing a lesson with you that I've learned, and that is stick with something that you enjoy or you value. So a couple years back, I started getting into like competitive sports and into competitive video games. And since I was younger than everyone that was doing it, I wasn't good at it. I didn't know what I was really doing half the time. But I kept doing it, kept going along with it, and eventually it worked out for me. I started getting a lot better, and people started noticing, and they wanted to talk to me and see if I could keep getting better with them. And over time, I've just noticed that like if you stick with something that you enjoy or have passion towards, it's gonna work out, since you can put your mind to it, and that's important to you. So today I shared a lesson with you that I value, and I want to leave you off with something, and that is, if you enjoy something or if you value it, stick with it.
The lesson that I've learned in LeadWorthy is the 8 Qs. To be honest, I'm not the best at impressing somebody. So like, imagine if you were at an interview and you did not know how to greet yourself, you wouldn't get the job probably because you're socially awkward, So the Qs are something that you need in your real life to go further and get a job. And because of this class, I will hopefully get a job with the 8 Qs. Most of the time when I meet somebody, before this class I was nervous, but now when I meet somebody I'm not as nervous anymore since I know the 8 Qs. The 8 Qs are really important. I want to leave you off with, Mr. Herrick has done us many things in class that is very important to us and will guide us to many good directions. The thing he taught me that's most important to me is the 8 Qs, because I want to get a job when it open, so I can get that blue on. Today I told you about a memorable experience, psych. Today I told you about a valuable lesson from the LeadWorthy.
Sorry for
learned a lot of useful things in this class, but one thing has impacted me and stood out to me the most. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about what I have learned about and learned this year. So, one important lesson I've learned in this class is impressions. I've been told that impressions are important and that I should really work on them, but I haven't really thought about them or that they were really important at all until I came to this class. One thing that really stuck with me was that it only takes 30 seconds to make a good first impression. And that made me think that I was judging people by my first impression of them, a lot of people. I also realized that my first impression of people is important too, and I try to present myself in a positive way to people I don't know yet. I have just shared a lesson with you I learned from LeadWorthy. It is important to present yourself in positive ways to people and not to judge people by your first impression of them. Thank you.
So about a couple months ago, it was like my birthday, and it was around my birthday, and I wanted these new shoes. Now my mom was like, I don't know if I want to get them for you. Your grades aren't looking that well, and I was like, I mean, I have a 70 in algebra, so I know why. But I told her, she told me that, or I tried to convince her to give me the shoes, and the way I did that is I made a full-blown speech just to convince her to get the shoes. So today I'll be telling you something that I learned in LeadWorthy. In like the first 6 weeks, the first thing we learned about was speeches, and when we were learning about them, I figured maybe I could use this in real life, and I actually did, because I used them to convince my mom to get me these pair of shoes. Now, I think this lesson is important because you can also use it in real life, like with a job interview, or maybe like making a presentation in front of a group of people, or just, whatever, you never know. And I think the lesson has really changed the way that I've talked to people, and like it just helped me speak better in front of people. So I just told you about a lesson that I've learned in LeadWorthy. And next time you want something like a new pair of shoes or a new video game that just came out, maybe use speeches and maybe try and persuade someone to get them for you.
Speaking or dreaming to the adult, well, I have. And today I'm going to be speaking about how Mr. Herrick shaking hand helps me. The lesson, and it helps me. It's a lesson that I use. Mr. Herrick gave me a simple handshake helps me to speak to other adults, and this helps me greet strangers or even teachers. Like I usually only give handshakes to like family that's like blood to me. I don't give it to like people that I don't know or strangers. I don't really greet them. And that's like this left like pretty much like the handshake. Now I use it a lot. I like random strangers. I'll go to them. Say if they're like they speak to me, I'll speak to them back and greet them and have a conversation and then like give them a handshake and like start the conversation off with a handshake. And what's it called? And what I learned from this lesson from it's a simple handshake that Mr. Herrick gave us is that like you can do a lot with a simple handshake. Like you go to a job interview, you start that off with a handshake, and if you can't do that, you probably wouldn't be able to get the job. It'll think something of you. Think bad of you because you can't give a handshake to someone. And today I talked about a lesson I learned from Mr. Herrick down in LeadWorthy. And what I want to leave it off with is a simple gesture can do a lot.
I'm telling y'all one thing I learned from LeadWorthy. And the one lesson that I learned was to be a sheep with rhino skin. To be honest, the reason I use this one is because like I use this on every single one of my current events, like every single one. I don't know how, but I use this one because like everybody can be normal, but then like you could stick out and be the sheep with rhino skin, and like you don't really have to care what other people think. You just gotta be yourself, and like. When you're just a regular sheep, nobody's gonna like think a lot about you, but when you're unique, they will. And that's one thing I learned with
One thing we all have in common is we all have hopes and dreams for the future. We set goals for ourselves. We make decisions on what we want to do with our lives. I'm definitely no stranger to this, so I've set many goals throughout my life. And thanks to this class, I now know that using persistence can help me turn my dreams into reality. Today, I'm going to share with you something I learned in LeadWorthy this school year. At the beginning of the year, Mr. Herrick had us write our first speech on a goal we wanted to accomplish before high school. Mine was, I wanted to win a 400-meter dash this track season. However, I still heavily doubted if I was be able to do this. However, I still heavily doubted if I would be able to do this. That was until we learned about persistence, the constant putting forth of effort despite obstacles. I really started to understand what it meant to be persistent. Now it could help me accomplish my dreams. And when track season finally began, I locked in on accomplishing my goal. I showed up to every practice ready, despite the freezing cold and rainy weather. Even when it seemed like I wouldn't get my chance, I still put in maximum effort. Finally, one meet, I won first place in the 400-meter dash. I look back at this victory in pride, knowing that this was due to my new understanding of persistence. So there you go. I just told you about something I learned this year in LeadWorthy. I simply leave you with this. Don't let your dreams fade away. You all have the potential to live happy and successful lives. So go out there, be persistent, and do whatever it takes to accomplish your dreams.
So today I'm going to tell you about something I learned in LeadWorthy. So it was a few years back when I was in 3rd grade. I was kind of heavyset back then. I got bullied because of it all the time. I remember one time I was in PE and we had to do something that involved running. And everyone else was like running around. I was like, hey, so maybe I should join them. Whenever I joined them, they said I couldn't join because I was too fat. And I let that bring me down, and that caused me to like start fasting and stuff to lose a lot of weight and start going to the gym more. But then once I was still kind of like self-conscious about myself. But then I came to this class and that helped me build up my self-confidence. So today, I told you about my favorite thing in LeadWorthy. And what I want to leave you off with is that don't let anyone bring your self-confidence down no matter what.
Are ready to begin?
Today I'm going to tell you about something I learned in LeadWorthy, which is to try something and always give your best. Once, for my 10th birthday, my mom said I was going to go roller skating. I'd never done it before and it was a new thing. My mom said when she was younger she would always do it and she loved it. So we went and we tried it out. For like the first time I would fall, I would like hurt my knee and I would cry, land on my elbows. It was the worst experience ever until they led me to an area where it's for beginners. I was there for like for an hour or so, and I actually started to get on how to skate. And then I went to the area to where you can do it on your own and everybody else is skating, and I actually did good by myself. This lesson stands out to me because I've done a lot of stuff that I never thought I would do before in my life, and it teaches me how to be more adventurous and new experiences. I've been sharing this lesson with my whole family about like how much I do now, and I used to like stay in that house and just watch TV and be boring. But now I go outside a lot, I'm more active, I'm more energetic sometimes. And I've learned to be better and be who I actually want to be. Today I told you a lesson that I learned in LeadWorthy, which is to try and give it your all.
One day, I was with my grandparents and I went to Enchanted Rock, and we were climbing, and halfway through it, I started like feeling the burn and the pain, and like I started thinking to myself, I can't do this. And then whenever I looked back and I remembered how Mr. Herrick said that self-confidence can really help you, and I saw that people that were older than me could do it without stopping and stuff, and I was like, why am I complaining? So I'm going to tell you about an important lesson I learned. Before I learned this lesson, I used to think that I couldn't do anything because of others, because they either doubt me or I doubt myself because of my abilities. But after a few years, I started noticing that you could build your, you could break through those boundaries and expand them. Today, I'm going to leave you off with that if somebody says that you can't do something or you think that you can't, go ahead and try, because you never know. Thank you.
There's always going to be times where you have to speak, like whether it's being a CEO to present a product and you're trying to make people buy it, or you're just trying to go for that job interview. And today, I want to tell you about something I learned in LeadWorthy. At the beginning of this class, Mr. Herrick told us about we're going to be doing speeches, and I was mostly kind of a bit nervous about it, because I usually was kind of nervous about that, about speaking in front of a bunch of people, and that I would mostly mess up. But he told us on how to overcome some fear that if you have speaking, it's just to if you get used to it, you can get more comfortable with it. And now, for reasons why to give speeches is to mostly to show that this stuff can help us in our life. What I said, a CEO business or job interview, or even if you're trying to get something. And now I just told you that about something I learned in LeadWorthy, and that I just want to let you know that some stuff that you do in school can help you in your life. Yeah.
So every year you join a class and you just learn, usually you learn one thing a day. It's always different, but something that I notice we do every single day, no matter what, is good things. And every single time someone does a good thing, usually everyone has a good thing, which is great. And whenever you don't have a good thing, people usually refrain from it, which I also learned from Mr. Herrick. And Mr. Herrick always says, so whenever you have a good thing, you share it to the class, and we do that every single day. And so you share it to the class, and we do it every single day. So every single day, usually someone has a good thing. But what I have noticed is one day we did this thing where Mr. Herrick let other people share another person's good thing. And I noticed that I really like that, because whenever you share your good thing, you usually feel a little bit a little narcissistic or something, I got this new jacket, I got these new shoes, I got all this. And whenever someone else shares it, they're saying, oh, look what they got, or something like that. And I noticed that a lot, and usually that pretty much says, and everyone had a good thing for that, because they had other people share it for them. We always have people that are shy, or people that we have shy people, and people that just talk out loud, and they're like, man, this and that. So I've noticed that, and I also noticed the refraining from, if you have a bad thing, you always refrain from it and think of a good thing. So I told you guys what I learned in Mr. Herrick's LeadWorthy class, and what I want to leave you off from is what Mr. Herrick always says: always have a good thing or refrain from it. Today I'm going to tell you something important that I learned in LeadWorthy. As a kid, my mom always taught me to never get up and try my best during everything I do. But as a kid, kids don't really
do what they want to do what they want to do, and they like don't do things that your parents want you to do. Like if they were like take out the trash or anything, you're like, no, I don't want to do that and everything. So I didn't really listen to my mom. I was a bad kid, and so when I came to LeadWorthy, like it changed my whole perspective on life. And so when we talked about never giving up, I like tried to like remember that in everything I do, and I started growing and getting better and better like on everything I do, like in taekwondo or in a test, because like it's gonna affect me like later in life if I like don't do it now. So today I told you something important that I learned on LeadWorthy. And so I want you guys to remember next time you don't want to do anything, just remember to never give up.
So, have you ever been like not confident in yourself and you thought you couldn't do it and you doubted yourself? Well, so one time I was playing baseball for about a month. I was just on a slump. I just did really bad. I wasn't doing well. I was really not confident in myself, and I was like, oh, I don't think I can do it very well, and I just doubted myself a lot. So today I'm going to tell you about a lesson I learned in LeadWorthy. So I was in LeadWorthy, and we were talking about being confident in yourself. This kind of helped me a lot because I was always worried about what others would think of me and all that, and how they viewed me based on my abilities. But I learned not to worry about what others think of you, because nobody controls you except for you, and like what you think and how you feel and how you view yourself. And so that helped me a lot because I was worried about what others thought of me. So now I don't worry at all a lot anymore, and that really helped me a lot. And I've been doing a lot better because I just don't care. If I mess up, I'm like, oh, I'll do better next time, and I'll get better. And yeah, I'm not worried, I'm not stressed and all that, and it helps me a lot. So today, I told you about a lesson I learned in LeadWorthy. I want to leave you with always be confident in yourself and believe in yourself, and don't ever be doubtful.
Today I'm going to be telling you about something I learned in LeadWorthy, and that's going to be speeches. When I first found out who was going to do speeches in LeadWorthy, I kind of wanted to leave the class because, I don't know, I just don't really like being up here and speaking. But I realized that it wasn't going to be that bad if I tried it and see if I liked it or something. But I'll come a little better at like public speaking in front of a crowd or something, a group or something. And the first time I stood up here, it wasn't that good because I was speaking and then my mind kind of went blank for like 30 seconds. So I didn't really know what to do. But after that, it wasn't really that hard to stand up here because I already did it. So I just want to leave y'all with, it's not that bad, and I actually don't mind doing it now. So today I told you about something I learned in LeadWorthy, and that's it.
Life is not always perfect. We all face difficulties once in a while, but the important thing is to learn how to cope with it. But with an optimistic attitude, I believe barriers, no matter how hard they are, can always be overcome. So it's a hardship when it turns out to be not a challenge. Today, I'm going to share a valuable lesson that I learned in LeadWorthy, which is optimism. You have to be happy before making your life happy. That's why I believe optimism is so crucial. Before I joined LeadWorthy, I always get frustrated or pessimistic whenever I face hardship. As a result, I will give up or find someone else to blame on for my own failure, which only made me feel sorry for myself. But after I joined LeadWorthy, I learned that to look for the brighter side, and which did not only help me to move on, but also inspire me to go further and beyond. Now, to have shared a valuable lesson I learned in LeadWorthy, and I just want to say that whenever you face hardship, don't be scared. Always look for the brighter side and look for the brighter tomorrow. And as Sharon said, Negativity isn't the way to go. Smile more and eat some chocolate.
Albert Einstein spoke about values once, and he said, "Try not to become a man of success, but a man of values." Today I'm going to be teaching y'all about something I learned in LeadWorthy, and that is values. I remember in elementary school when I was very fortunate to have a lot of things, but I never felt good enough because I never had the newest thing, newest shoes, newest backpack. And I looked down at myself because of that. And I started getting into a depression over the years. And I finally learned about values and how when you change your values, you change your life. And you can really view yourself differently, and it makes you a happier person. I changed my values to becoming a person of material, to a person who treats others with value and who values others in relationships and family. Now, I still have some sad moments, like algebra, of course, but all in all, my life is happy because I changed my values. I told you something I learned in LeadWorthy today, which is values. If you don't like the way your life is right now, change your values, and it'll ultimately change your life. Thank you.
Once said, "Only I can change my life. No one can do it for me." Today, I will be telling you something I learned because of LeadWorthy. Once, whenever I joined this class, I had a very fixed mindset about myself. I thought that I wasn't good enough. I thought that I was ugly. I thought that I wasn't worth anybody's time. I was kind of down in the dumps about myself. But this class kind of uplifted me, and it taught me that I am worth somebody's time. I know what I deserve, and that I can do what I want to do in my life. And honestly, this class kind of helped me lift myself up and become more positive. And I treat people better, and I kind of help more. And it's really helped me become a better teammate, especially with bells and everything, because helping other people and lifting them up is kind of important, especially what I want to do with my life is become an officer. And that takes a lot of responsibility, and it takes a lot of effort. And it's honestly, this class has helped me become a better leader, and becoming a leader is going to help me in the end. So today, I told you about what I've learned in LeadWorthy, and I would like to challenge you by becoming a better you and being the best version of yourself, because more people will respect you and everything, and because you will be happier with yourself.